In this video, I'll show you a brand that is doing around $141,000 per month publishing poem books. Now, personally, I've never done poem books, but I know a lot of viewers of this channel do, as well as some of my students in my programs do poem books as well. So I think it'll be interesting to show you someone who's very successful in this niche and look at exactly what they're doing and what we can learn from it. So the brand we are looking at is this one, Morgan Richard Olivier. She seems to have some sort of social media following, so you guys might know her as well. But these are the books that she publishes. Once again, she does poems. So we have The Freedom of Forward. This is the #1 book right now. The Tears That Taught Me, The Strength That Stays, Blooming Bear, and a couple other books. Okay. Now looking at Katie Spy over here, it shows a monthly revenue of $73,000. If you include another $4,000 from Kindle and a couple $100 from Spiralbound, that is a total of $77,000 a month with just 7 books, which I think is pretty damn good. So that's $77,000 total from Amazon, but she also has an additional $68,000 in revenue from TikTok Shop, out of which $60,000 came from affiliates. So $7,000 was generated from herself, the rest in all affiliates. She has 129 active affiliates making 12 videos per day, which is pretty damn good, I would say. So if you're new to the channel, if you don't know how this works, basically you can create a TikTok shop promoting your books and you can recruit other people to make content for you and promote your books. And these are the other creators. These are the affiliates, right? So if you have a bunch of people creating content for you, literally like 24 pages of people creating content for you, inevitably, some of those content will go viral, right? It does really well, sells a lot of your books. And what happens is that people can buy your books from TikTok Shop directly, but a lot of people prefer to buy from Amazon because they have Amazon Prime or whatever reason. Maybe they trust Amazon more than TikTok, right? Because some people are scared of TikTok, like, oh, they can steal your information, you know, it's a Chinese company and stuff like that. So what they do is they find the video on TikTok, they want to buy it, but they go to Amazon, look it up and buy it from here. And that is why she's getting a lot of spillover sales on Amazon. Because just to show you an example here, this is her most recent book, and I think this is her current best-selling book. So The Freedom of Forward, selling at $18.99 for paperback and $9.99 for Kindle. The reviews aren't crazy, 149 ratings, which is something a lot of us can get or have this many reviews, right? So this one book is doing $600 to $800 a day. So if we take the average of $700, that's $21,000 a month just from the paperback, which is awesome. Now, I have a tool called Bookbeam that tells me, this number. If you guys are curious, the link is in the description, as well as Calidata. That's another software that tells me these numbers in this page here. You also get a discount using my link in the description. And I also have another tool called Cerebro, which is also in the description, right? You don't have to get all these tools. I just happen to have it. You definitely do not need it to succeed. So I just want to let you guys know, I don't want people spending a ton of money for no reason, right? On these subscriptions. Bookbeam is awesome, but you don't need it, right? Calidata is amazing. If you're doing TikTok Shop, you probably want to get Calidata, but it's optional, especially if you're not doing it. But anyways, I looked up this book on Cerebro, right? And it shows 0 in the paid category, which means she's running no ads, $21,000 a month. How is she making so much profit? Again, people find the videos from TikTok and then they look it up on Amazon, right? So she's getting a lot of spillover sales, and by getting a lot of sales from there, it leads to more organic sales because Amazon pushes the book up because it's selling so well, getting a lot of reviews. So it's this snowball effect happening, all starting from TikTok. So let's take a look at the book, the actual book, right? The interior over here. So all you got to do is read sample over here, goes back to this page again. And then now we can see the interior, okay? Total of 241 page or so. We got the preface, we got the introduction, and then it goes into the actual poem over here. Now, with all due respect to everyone who publishes poem books, I am not trying to offend anyone over here. This is just my opinion. My opinion is that poems are extremely easy to make. No offense, once again. I don't want anybody hating on me, right? But like, how hard is it to create a book like this with literally just 2 sentences or 1 sentence or whatever this is, right? Which is the entire page, okay? And again, just a little bit of text. Everything else is blank. It's just crazy to me. I guess there's more content, there's more text over here. So that's a little harder to create. And after looking at this book, it seems like the poems aren't individual. It kind of connects to the previous page. So basically like a story that is written in a poem form, it flows well, it's nice to read. But at the same time, I'm not quite sure, how hard it is to create a book like this, especially with the help of AI. lately, right? Once again, I'm not saying that you can just rip this book off with AI and AI is going to do everything. That's not what I'm saying. You cannot create a high quality book, no matter if it's poem or anything else, 100% relying on AI. But you can definitely use AI as a base, especially if you know what makes a good poem, right? If you have that experience, if you can fact check, quality check AI with the help of AI, working with AI like that, I feel like it's pretty straightforward creating these books. It's just my opinion. Please don't hate on me. Once again, I'm not throwing shade at the author. I think she's killing it and I think she's doing an amazing job. And I'm sure she's helping a lot of people because she's getting a lot of great reviews. So those were the books. Now let's talk about marketing. How is she marketing these books? So starting with Instagram, she got 174,000 followers. Awesome stuff. So she definitely has an audience here. Each videos though gets just a couple thousand views. So it's nothing crazy. It's not like you can, recreate these. You can't get these amount of videos, right? You definitely can. So she's just consistently posting and that's the biggest thing, right? This is something that I want people to understand is that when I say, oh, these videos are super simple to make or these books are super simple to make, it's simple, yes, but it's not easy. It's two different things, right? Because what she is doing amazing is consistency. She's showing up consistently, promoting the book, always talking about it, always producing content, and that's hard. A lot of people think I just turn on the camera and yap for 30 minutes, which sometimes I do. But me showing up for years, twice a week, I'm sure not a lot of people can copy this, right? A lot of people think YouTube is easy because they see what I'm doing. And then they start YouTube and they quit after a month because they're like, oh my God, it's a lot more work than I thought. It's the same thing here, right? You think what she's doing is easy. I say it's simple, and I do think it's simple. Right? All you got to do is talk about your book consistently, improve a little bit every single time, but sticking to things for a long time. That's the hard part. Not a lot of people can stick to things, which is super weird. I don't understand. Like you want something, but you cannot do the work that's required. That's crazy to me, So then if that's the case, stop saying you want something because you actually don't really want it. So bottom line, consistency is the hard part. She's doing amazing about that. She has some videos on YouTube. It's not doing so well. So Instagram and TikTok. In terms of views, TikTok seems like the best. Although she has more followers on Instagram, it seems like TikTok is getting more views for her. These are the top videos. It's funny because I've analyzed almost every single successful book brand that's doing TikTok videos. And every single one always have the same type of video that is the most viewed. And it's this one. It's a no face showing your book and talking about it video, which is the easiest video to make. And despite it being the easiest videos to make out of all the video formats, it's always the one that works the most in terms of views, like almost every single time. And this is a video.
You love people. You hate the fact that the genuine strength of your love has been manipulated, mishandled, or misunderstood in the past, which makes you fearful to love and trust to that extent now.
How simple is that, right? Show your book, read it, put a text, 16-second, got 2 million views or something. So these are the type of videos that works. And these are the type of videos that you can make pretty much unlimited amounts of time. Just a quick tip is you can literally make 1,000 videos about the same page. Just because you have 100 poems doesn't mean you can only make 100 content. You make 100 content and then you go back to page 1 and you can make the same thing 100 more times and people don't remember. So that is a quick tip for you. Basically, from your one book, you have unlimited content. You can remake these content endless time. But with that being said, that is not why she is making that much money. She's generating some income, which you can see here on Calidata, $7,000 from her own account. But $60,000 came from affiliates. And that's the biggest secret here, is not the fact that she's generating income herself, right? But it's the affiliates generating income for her, which you can only do with TikTok Shop. Because you have a TikTok shop, because you can track the sales that people make, you can also pay them commissions, right? You can actually analyze how much she's paying in terms of commission by clicking on the product. And right at the top, it says 20% commission. So she's paying 20% of this $16 every time someone makes a sale. So that is like $3 or something like that. So every time an affiliate makes a sale for her, she pays them $3 and she keeps $13, right? And from the $13, she has to pay, the printing, shipping, those kind of things. And everybody has different setups. So I cannot tell you how much that costs. If you use a fulfillment center, it's going to be like $5 to $7 average, but it can go higher or lower depending on how much you buy in bulk. But let's just say it's like $7, okay? Then that means her final profit is $6 per sale, which is pretty good considering the fact that that's $6 profit from the direct sales that's happening from the affiliates. But every time someone watches the videos from the affiliates but decides to buy the book from Amazon, this is 100% profit. You don't pay the affiliates because affiliates only get a cut of the sales that they made on TikTok, even though that the affiliates are 90% of the reason why she's getting all these sales on Amazon. I'm just going off of the distribution of her sales based on affiliates, right? So 87% is coming from affiliates. Let's just assume that the traffic she's getting on Amazon is also 87% from affiliates. So most of the sales are from affiliates, but because the sales are happening on Amazon, she pays zero. Crazy stuff, isn't it? So like me too, like as an affiliate for Calidata, Bookbeam, these tools, yes, they do pay me a commission when someone uses the link in the description, but there's so many people who voluntarily do not use the link. Sometimes they forget and sometimes intentional because they don't want me getting commission because they hate me or whatever. They watch my videos, but they hate me, so they don't want to click on the link. And when that happens, Bookbeam or Calidata or all these softwares, right, in the description, the sales happen from my video, my effort, right? And yet they don't have to pay me because the customers didn't use the link, right? So I basically work for them for free. And that is the beauty of affiliate marketing. It's just insane for the company side. For you as the seller of the product, affiliate marketing is the most insane thing you can do. That is the most no loss thing to do because of this spillover sales that you're keeping 100% of it. I'm just going on a rant here, but you cannot imagine how many companies that have made millions, like millions of dollars in the KDP space. All these, companies, I literally made them millions. Okay. And yet in terms of affiliate commissions, I get paid a couple $1,000s. How is that even possible, right? At this point, I should make my own product, not just doing affiliate marketing. Really doesn't make sense. So once again, guys, I'm just ranting at this point, but I hope the bottom line takeaway, affiliates are insane. So how do you also tap into this? Number one, you need a TikTok shop to do affiliate marketing. There's no way around it, okay? As far as I know. Number two, you have to go reach out to these people and say, hey, I got a product. I got a TikTok shop. Can you promote me? I'll pay you this much. And this wouldn't happen unless you have a good product like this one and you offer them good commission, okay? Whether 20% or maybe more. But if you're selling your book at a low ticket price, right, it's gonna be super hard for you to profit. You're not even gonna be able to offer a high commission percentage, which means no affiliates wanna work with you because you pay so little. And that's why we always strive to create a book that we can price high, okay? Create a good book, price it high, which is what I've been saying for years. And that's pretty much the fundamentals of business, I would say. And then you just do a lot of that. You just recruit a bunch of affiliates, have them start making videos, and then you just scale like crazy. In terms of videos, these are the videos that are converting the most. Okay, so this one video made $7.6 thousand in revenue, and we can watch this here.
The one who I wanted to support me most taught me I didn't need any of their support to thrive. You're going to be okay without them. I know it seems wrong, uncomfortable, and even unfair at times that you must leave certain friendships, family members, and bonds behind because you've known and loved them for so long. This is just one small part of the book called The Freedom of Forward. This is from the book The Freedom of Forward. Going through...
He literally repeated the same thing twice, and yet this is the number one video, 7.6K. You guys see how simple this is. And again, the number one video is always no face showing your book, talking about it, and how easy it is for you to make this video. You're not showing your face, you're just talking, right? Sometimes you're not even talking, you're just using text on the screen. So this is exactly why I think publishing is getting easier. I think it's getting simpler because the whole business model basically boils down to just make one or a couple really good products in a high demand niche, good cover, good attractive book, right? But basically a high quality product. You don't need hundreds of thousands of books now. You just need a couple good ones, right? And then you promote it with obviously Amazon ads if you can do it, but also social media marketing. Make these kind of videos, which are super simple to create. And these social media marketing will push traffic to your books. And if you want to scale this, you recruit other people to do the same thing. That's pretty much the entire business model, right? So very simple stuff. Now, what is not easy is actually creating a high quality product without getting any coaching or following any step-by-step guidance, right? And I'm not just saying this to sell you my programs. If you guys don't want to join, no problem. I really am not here to pressure you into anything. But the amount of people who told me that they have a good book and then they show me their book and it absolutely sucked and it's just so bad, that's in a keyword or a topic that has zero demand, absolutely horrible book cover, horrible pretty much everything in terms of the listing. And people genuinely believe that it's a good book, right? That's because they don't have the experience. And I don't think it's their fault because they just simply don't have the experience. They don't know what makes a good book and bad, right? So that's exactly why we have our coaching program. We actually have one-on-one coaching sessions where you get to sit down with our coaches and you can show your books. They will tell you what to fix, or they'll tell you this is a good keyword, you should go into it, right? This is a good book cover. They'll tell you those kind of things to make sure that you have a super attractive book. Because if you don't have an attractive book in a high demand niche, none of these strategies will work. TikTok Shop is not the secret. It's not going to turn a book nobody wants into a $1 million business, right? You have to have the first piece of the puzzle, which is a high quality book. And that's something that we guide people through on top of all the other things. So it's not just that. We actually will help you create a high quality book, and then you get to learn everything else that you need to know to create a successful KDP business. If you are interested, it's the first link in the description. You can book a free call and talk to us and see if this is a good fit. We'll also see if you are a good fit for a program, because if you have a really bad personality, we're not going to let you in because, we actually spend time with you and we don't want to spend time with you if you have a bad personality. I'm just saying. But if it is a good match, it can be great. We have a lot of success stories. We have a lot of great reviews on Trustpilot if you guys want to check it out. So once again, the link is in the description, as well as all the tools and resources that I recommend for your publishing business. With that being said, hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.